everyone, this is Maki. The story of GQuuuuuuX has come to a close. However, the excitement continues with the ongoing release of gunplay kits. This time, let's look at the new information revealed by the release of the high-grade light-type Guncannon. Along with some fascinating details, a few topics have sparked debate among fans. So, what exactly was revealed? Before I begin the main discussion, I have a quick announcement. My channel is currently accepting support through memberships. For just 99 cents a month, you can get a name badge and special stamps for your comments. Alright then, let's dive into today's topic. The light-type Guncannon is a mass-produced mobile suit developed by the Earth Federation forces. At the time, the Earth Federation was struggling against the new weapon of the Principality of Zeon, the mobile suit. In response, they launched the RX project to develop their own mobile suits. Through this project, the Federation created 3 new mobile suits, the Gundam, the Guncannon, and the Gun Tank. However, Zeon's pilot Charles Noble stole the Gundam. With the Gundam in enemy hands, the Federation was forced to change the direction of its mobile suit development program drastically. Using the remaining Gundam data, they designed the light-type Guncannon, which fused the Gundam's close combat capabilities with the Guncannon's artillery firepower. So far, nothing particularly new. These details were also mentioned in the beginning pamphlet. But up next, we are getting into the parts that definitely need some discussion. The following information is provided about the armor material of the light-type Guncannon. It states that a new material called Luna Titanium alloy was adopted to improve production efficiency. This might be a topic worth discussing. Luna Titanium alloy also appears in the original Universal Century. The Gundam Guncannon and Gun Tank were all armored with this alloy. It is incredibly strong. It can withstand a close-range hit from a Zaku machine gun without sustaining any damage. Even when Charles Noble's Zaku delivered a high-speed kick directly to it, the cockpit remained unharmed. Its durability was so astonishing that Jar, an ace pilot, asked the Earth Federation's mobile suits monsters. Later, in the Universal Century, Luna Titanium alloy became known as Gundarium alloy. However, Luna Titanium alloy requires a lot of labor to produce. As a result, it's extremely expensive. This is why mass-produced mobile suits, like the gem in the original Universal Century, did not use Luna Titanium alloy. However, the light-type Guncannon's description states Luna Titanium alloy has been adopted as a new material. Does this mean that the Gundam Guncannon and Gun Tank did not use Luna Titanium alloy? Or has the history of the Universal Century changed? And does the term now refer to a different metal? Of course, it could simply be a typo. However, it's not very satisfying to simply conclude this is a mistake. Let's try to come up with some possible explanations. Luna Titanium alloy is certainly a powerful metal. However, it doesn't automatically possess remarkable strength in all circumstances. It only gains its remarkable strength after undergoing a highly advanced refining process. In the original Universal Century series, the 08 MST, there is a mobile suit called the Ground-type Gundam. This suit was built using a simplified process that reused lower quality parts left over from the Gundam production line. The parts used to build the Gundam underwent extremely strict quality control. Consequently, many components failed to meet the required performance standards. These separate parts were then used to construct the ground-type Gundam. In the story, a mass-produced mobile suit called the Egg Guy destroys the head of a ground-type Gundam. In other words, the concept of low-strength lunar titanium alloy is part of the original Universal Century setting. If we imagine that in the world of GQuuuuuX, the metal used for the Gundam hadn't been officially named yet, and that it was only named lunar titanium alloy when the light-type Guncannon was designed, then there's no contradiction in the setting. What do you think? Of course, as I mentioned earlier, it's also possible that it was just an oversight by the Gunpre staff. Now, let's take a look at the settings beyond the armor. The beam rifle is the same model used by the original Guncannon. The light-type Guncannon was completed and began mass production toward the end of the One-Year War. It was deployed in battles such as the defense of Luna 2 and the Battle of Solomon. By the middle of the One-Year War, mass production of the GM had already begun in the original Universal Century. It is clear that the phenomenon of loss of Gundam data caused by Char is having a serious impact. The light-type Guncannon was designed for squad-based combat, aiming to overwhelm Zeon forces with superior numbers. Zeon, with much smaller manpower than the Earth's Federation, often relied on elite units to defeat the enemy. In contrast, the Earth's Federation designed the light-type Guncannon under the assumption that they could use their numerical superiority to win. With a few ace pilots as exceptions, most of the Earth's Federation's mobile suit pilots were not especially skilled. This group likely includes figures like Shiko Sugai and Sei Lomas. It's possible that we'll meet new ace pilots in future spin-offs. In the original Universal Century timeline, the Earth's Federation completed the gym before the light-type Guncannon. Consequently, they had a slightly longer window to train their mobile suit pilots than in the world of GQuuuuuX. The Earth's Federation also reassigned tank and fighter pilots to mobile suit units. While these pilots had no mobile suit experience, they did have military training and real combat experience. This allowed the Federation to deploy GMs in active combat sooner. Suffering from a lack of personnel, Zeon resorted to sending students into battle as mobile suit pilots. While neither side had experienced mobile suit pilots, the Federation's pilots were able to reach combat readiness more quickly due to their foundation in military discipline and real warfare. What do you think of the setting for the light-type Guncannon? Many fans are likely curious about the lunar titanium alloy part. If you'd like, I'd love to hear your thoughts too. It could be interesting to consider these differences as elements introduced by a change in history that distinguished this world from the original Universal Century. Thanks so much for watching all the way through. See you next time on the show.